If you've been a developer for a while, you've probably run into a coding standards document. The first one I ran into was 20 mumble years ago. I helped write it for Perl. And it covers all sorts of things, but one of the things it usually covers is how to format code. Should we indent by 2 spaces or 4 spaces? Should we use spaces or tabs? Should we do this? Should we do that? Should we do the other thing? Should curly braces be at the end of the line, at the beginning of the next line? The choices are endless, and I've certainly been in a meeting or two where we've discussed something so stupid as, should there be a space before a parentheses, and have sat there wanting to chew my own arm off, screaming, I really don't care. Both are fine. Pick one and move on. It doesn't matter that much. Well, the Elm community decided that they didn't like those meetings because they're kind of annoying, to be blunt, and came up with a standard formatting tool called Elm Format. You can install it with NPM. It's currently experimental as I record this, but don't let that stop you from using it. And you can integrate it with your text editor, and when you save, it'll just format your code according to a predefined set of conventions. The nice thing about this is when you format your code, everybody in the Elm community's code will look the same, and roughly 91% of people who've tried Elm Format, according to the Elm survey, use it. So it's a fairly widely adopted Elm standard. And the nice thing about it is that you get this consistent formatting of code, so you don't have to sort of have, I'm sure you've pulled code out of your Git or whatever source repository you use, and looked at it and said, oh, I know who wrote this code just by the way it's formatted. This is clearly Phil's code because he aligns things this way or that way. So with Elm Format, that doesn't happen because we all will format our code the same way, not just within your company, but within your community, within the entire Elm community. Now, there are some arguments over whether or not it chose the right way, but I think this is a case where simply having a standard is better than everybody arguing, even if some specific choices in that standard are not necessarily what I would have chosen. I personally like more vertical alignment of things than the Elm Format tool gives me, but whatever. And so I suggest you install Elm Format. You install it with npm install-g Elm Format at exp, and use it. And with your code base, you'll very much like it, I promise. And if you don't, please tell me why. And if it's the 2 spaces versus 4 spaces thing, that one's already been beaten to death on a GitHub comment thread.